welcome to another episode of the Guest Gang podcast. So today we step in a very controversial zone, something where they spark debates there online. We don't see the back and forth, back and forth, and back and forth, and that's something where they call battle of the sexes. So now more than ever, woman and man they clash from mishandling to misogyny to fighting the patriarchy or the matriarchy at this point. It's all too much. We're going to unbundle all of it openly and without fear. I am your host, Rose Abba Akafo. And for diving into this, forget the best of the best, I've got two guests, two wonderful guests, if I might add. So, the guests are going to introduce themselves. I'm going to start with the lady because I am a lady and I'm going to be biased with that. So yes,
Hello, my name na Alima Tumalai Kajalo.
the gentleman.
Hello, my name is Maurice Tribangoa.
Okay, so just something quickly before we dive into the girl topic. Between man and woman, what are the life passing content?
Na man.
Okay, so like I said, when they see something on the social media space where ladies and guys they go at themselves too much, more than ever. Especially this year, I don't see that they don't rise more. So, what do you think is the cause of it? Is it ego or they misunderstand we safe?
We know actually they misunderstand myself and talking about the ego. Yes, the ego they did. And also now about like social change. We don't notice it. I always say we own generation, we own Gen Z generation. We need to tolerate like waiting with mama then go through. So like we don't be the change and we don't bring na social change day. So the men they get na ego day. So woman they will just be like how their mama them be. Whatever their mama them tolerate, whatever silence them go through, we own generation back for go through the same. But we own generation they stand up more and actually they talk more. So now that's they bring the main misunderstanding on social media.
Okay.
Well, in a way,
Why in
she's
a way?
right. In another way, there is a misunderstanding. So now, when she mentioned the social change, that was correct. Because me, personally, I think social media has influenced our change socially as individuals.
How so?
Most of the times, women spend majority of their time on social media, and most of these times they are being guided by, I call them blind people. It's more like a blind man leading a blind man. For instance, imagine someone who has had 5 failed marriages telling you that if a man doesn't act right, dump him and move on to the next. So she's basically telling you to leave her own mistakes in a better way. Simple as that. And talking about ego, men are logical beings. Women are wired emotionally. So you can't expect emotions to converse with logic, or logic to converse with emotions, and the message goes through the same way you want it to go. But what if the emotion and the logic try to blend at some point? Like, for instance, hot water and cold water, you have lukewarm. It goes in every situation. So that is the misunderstanding. There's a misconception there. So how about women change this perspective of men having ego and trying to see where the men come from before diving to conclusions?
Well. I think everybody did defend a gender. So I think like there's something. Is it that we presently they accept accountability, like where they talk about logic and emotion? I do observe something. Most of the time, it nine they cause the clash actually. Instead of the one gender being accountable, the best we can do now for defend with gender. I think we dey actually do it because out of passion or because we want to prove a point.
Man talk.
Women and accountability are like 1 and 10.
Wow.
8 digits in between.
I am a woman.
No, what to be sincere. Like, for instance, I said a man is a logical creature. If I hurt you, I am sorry. That's easy for a man to say.
You're actually
To
sure
be
about that?
sincere,
Eh?
it's very easy for a man to
You,
say.
no, you're
Okay,
actually
so
sure
as
about
a
that.
woman, how many times have you apologized this week?
You did talk about emotions.
That's
no,
not the
wait.
question.
You did talk
As
about
a
somebody.
woman-
You did talk about women being the emotional ones. So if the women then are the emotional ones, women they actually like vulnerable for actually break down and say sorry at a point more than men. No, women do say sorry more than men.
The thing you
No,
don't
I
understand.
don't
So you think
agree
say
to that.
man they say sorry more than
men
No.
actually say sorry more than women, to be
How so?
sincere. So I'm asking her this question. As a woman, how many times have you apologized this week?
Uncountable time.
Uncountable. So it means you are hurting people randomly.
No, I'm not hurting nobody randomly.
Anyways,
I'm not
I was
hurting
just
nobody
joking.
randomly.
Anyways, I was just joking. But let's be honest about things. Men take accountability because think of things from a logical perspective. Yeah. Okay. So now, I hurt this person today. What if tomorrow I might need this person? Mostly not something relating to our personal life, but maybe business-wise, educational-wise, or this other thing. So picture things beyond the emotion, beyond the relationship aspect. Wherein women, they are emotional, yeah? So they are more like in this cocoon stage of themselves, like they wrap up things, they swallow things, like they take things in. And in most cases, to see them say, okay, I am sorry, or I did this, I know I was wrong, I am sorry about it. That's very hard for a woman to say, from what I have
Well, they
observed.
think I say no wrong because watch we did it.
So
You're
you
like
see?
I don't think I
So
am
you
wrong.
see? So you see?
So the thing about the patriarchy and the matriarchy, we didn't see man that they say feminists are coming on board, but society is built for the matriarchy, not actually for the patriarchy. Why feminists they say no, the patriarchy they above women them, but men are saying not as well. So men are saying otherwise.
So I can always make mention of this. Back in the days, just like us, we own generation, and we don't bring the change. Because wait till we mama them be they tolerate, whether they talk say, I they stay for me picking. We don't experience, we don't see the percentage of women where they die per domestic violence very large. So back in the days, all them things then they happen. We don't bring now change they now say, we they speak up. So again, man they think say the system built for women, right? Now so then think
They say woman get more rights.
woman get more rights. Now so then think, but who that then they make now law then they who that they pass them. What I always they say, let we talk about parliaments them. Who that then are the lawmakers them they obviously demand them. And then we talk about cases. If we talk about like cases of yes, the percentage. No, let we compare the percentage actually. And for make they pass one great law wey concerning women, they debate on. Now let's take for example about the safe motherhood bill. Where there be one pass, where be say they benefit both man and woman. We see religious people coming forward, say this, that. So we know the system naturally they support women there.
The safe motherhood bill.
So the system is built against women.
It's built against women. They actually they put and say woman then get a voice, whilst women not get a voice.
Can I say something?
No, when's lad on?
Ouch!
Let the lady
Exactly, when's lad on?
Wow.
When they talk about GBV, right? We they see a lot of women coming out say, okay, this man don't beat and so and so. At the end of the day, what them go tell you, go be here for you picking them. So which system where they build for women? If we talk about rape, sexual harassment, and things then the way they happen to women, but who cases are gone? Then they solve them cases. Cases are left unsolved. Even in this we country where we do say boku cases. So if the system dey for the woman, then why are these cases left unsolved? Or why the man they still they continue for do them things there? If the system is built for women.
When it comes to the sexual cases, some men are also raped.
Yeah, but the
they can get
percentage.
justice.
No, the percentage, even the woman there, the percentage, we know they can't talk now and say woman rape man. It happen, but it's very rare. Very rare.
The men they speak
one
up.
point where it miss. The man's problem is society itself. Now, society was wired to favor women. To be sincere, it favors women. The judicial system favors women. Even day-to-day life, it favors women. Ladies first. She's a woman, don't argue. She's a woman, don't say this. Let her speak first. Just now, let the lady finish. And I waited for her to finish.
You're a gentleman.
So imagine they say, oh, be a man. Be a gentleman. So a man's pain is swallowed behind this. Be a gentleman. Be a man. a man should, as a man you should. And most people start dying with this when they're young. And she's saying the system doesn't favor women, it favors men. So looking at the world, lawbreakers, how many people do you think are behind bars? The percentage, men and women. Look at them. So you said the issues of the woman, them, they need to handle them as they're supposed to handle them. Take a look around throughout the whole social media platform. All we see is this woman got hurt, this man is currently facing charges for this man is on that trial for this man is being chased for this.
Because they are
now,
the problem.
Looking
That's
at
the thing.
Man, they speak out when
now, looking at this
they
now,
speak out.
women have the platform to speak up. But do you think men have the platform to speak up?
I think so. Now, na man problem, so we can say, because in some cases, like there was a case, though we will later find out and say, oh, it was false alarm and all of that, where they gave that before. Well, they said they gave the Justice for Emmanuel thing, and men were in the comment section saying, oh, Papa, I want to be like you, oh, you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Or back then
Exactly.
in January, where the thing between the prostitutes and that small boy, it was very disheartening for see such a small boy. Yes, the prostitutes get that service to her. The prostitute was the adult in that case, but yes, they shared affairs or whatever thing happened, and people were in the comment section saying, "Oh, Bobo, I want to be like you," or they know man. They be in the comment section. They say that.
Who do you think raised these men?
Women and men. Women and
Who
men.
do you think
No,
raised
women
these
and men.
No, wait.
Women-
who do you
women and
think
Women
raised
and
these
men.
Women
A child
and
is
men.
not a woman's
Wait,
only responsibility.
I'm not saying the child is the
No.
woman's only responsibility. Now, looking at what science said, right? Majority of a child's intelligence and emotional reaction comes from the mother. About 80% of it
Okay, science.
comes from the mother. So, if we're picturing things from this perspective, who do you think raised these men? I'm not saying it's a woman's sole responsibility to take care of a child, but if a child takes this from the mother, then don't you think there is an alarm at that point?
Okay, well, that's interesting. We're going to go for a short break. I am loving this right now. I am your host, Liz Abaka, for stay tuned. Don't forget to share your thoughts on the comment section.
Are you looking for a university that offers internationally recognized diplomas and degrees in high-income careers? Look no further than Limkokwing University of Creative Technology, right here in Sierra Leone.
At Limkokwing University, we provide a hands-on approach to teaching and learning with state-of-the-art facilities and a focus on creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurship.
Information and Communications Technology, Business Management and Globalization, Design Innovation and Creative Multimedia, Communications, Media and Broadcasting, and Architecture and the Built Environment. Application forms are available at Limkokwing University, number 51 Regent Road, Hill Station, Freetown. And for further inquiries and entry requirements, visit our website at www.limkokwing.net/Sierra_Leone or contact us on 076 491 456 or 076 301 565.
To be the most successful, be a Limkokwing graduate.
So, welcome back. The topic for today is battle of sexes. So, the gentleman be left a question, but we're not going to answer that here. You can share your thoughts in the comment section. Now, so the guy, do you think so? You think so? Like equality possible? Do you think it's possible, like in all aspects of life?
No.
Why?
There's always going to be a sense of supremacy in life. So, looking at the famous philosophers, Aristotle said man by nature is a political creature. There is no way equality or balanced society is going to thrive. Immanuel Kant also said mankind will always thrive over another individual. So there is always a point of supremacy in society.
No, man, there's supreme person.
No,
man,
for
in
now,
this
woman
case.
is supreme person.
No. No, you said they laugh when they talk.
No, the reason I laugh because I don't see you for come at me. But to be serious, let me be serious here. For now, society is lifting women up more than men. So there is a form of supremacy being handed over to the women. To be sincere about things.
So your thoughts?
So you talk about supremacy. Right now, women, they don't gain supremacy. Are you sure? That's a question to you. Are you 100% sure?
99.9%.
Waiting are always they say the system, if we watch the percentage, even in politics or whatsoever, if we watch the percentage, the men that are in that system, or even now in this 21st century, there are men out there where things say women they still belong at home. Even if the woman don't get in degree, they don't get in masters, they don't get in PhD, they still expect you for sidom na os. So you think say supremacy there around women. The men will always think they are superior. Men will always
So now
think
listen to
that.
this.
Things say woman
I know-
is superior.
Yeah.
Well, society don't make woman
Society don't
according to
make
you.
woman superior over men.
How
Just
so?
like how you talk, you mentioned something about the matriarchy, blaming the patriarchy,
Yeah, so
blaming
now
the
it's a
patriarchy.
blaming game.
So now it's a blame game, basically. Because now we're looking at it, because of things, as you say, in the past, yeah, was handed over saying men have the light, men has taken this, men are being seen in society. Now, even when the dynamic, the perspective, like, don't shift. Now, most women, like, they still get that perspective, they say, it's a man's world. So they're putting it that way, it's a man's world, it's a man's law, and it's a man's society.
Well, I think now feminists then they fight against.
Exactly.
Now, this is the thing, you all mentioned the word feminism, feminist. Who is a feminist and what is feminism?
Thank you. What's
So,
feminism?
this is
to
my
you?
question.
What's feminism?
No,
to
you the ladies first answer, and then I'll
I
give
am
my
the I am
No,
the
you
host
can,
here. This is
exactly,
my
you
show.
can
so
answer
what's
and I give my
feminism
own
to you?
opinion about
Okay,
feminism.
so the main thing is feminism is not about hating men.
Yeah.
It's not about down shaming men or putting men down. Yeah, feminism is about standing up for what is right. Typically, not equality. That is where the mix-up comes in. Most women say I am a feminist and I am standing up for equality.
Equality.
That is not the perspective of feminism. Feminism comes from a point of view where someone says, okay, this is right as a woman. This is how the things should go as a woman. Not saying what a man can do, I can do it. It's a lie. Men are wired physically and mentally for pain and trauma, as your society has painted it. So a
As
woman
our
cannot,
society.
so a woman cannot step in that shoe of a man and saying, okay, I can step on where a man has stepped already. That's a lie. It's a brutal lie, to be sincere. Like, equality, there's no such thing as equality. Let's put it that way.
So talking about supremacy, if you talk about there is no such thing as equality, you're actually being superior right now
How am I being
as a man.
superior?
Because how can you say there is no such thing as equality?
Okay, so
when we are
what's
talking about
feminism?
Okay, so what's feminism?
What's
for you?
feminism?
So
to you?
feminism for me, just like how you mentioned, it's about like women having equal rights as men. Say for example, back in the days, I always they make mention of this since we'll start. Men had the right to vote, women didn't. Men had the right to go to school, women didn't.
Okay.
Men had the right to like work in offices, handle positions, stuff like that. Women didn't have that right. So that's why feminism came inside, because when women were at home, they actually faced a lot of sexual harassment and all that. Because you see the men, they will be talking, oh, all thing where you want pass, you ask me. Even if you want 50 leons pass, you ask me. Then women were being abused, even though I always like to mention this religiously. It is stated that men and women, I don't agree that men and women are equal. We all have different roles, right? But then again, if we take it from the religious perspective, right? Men are the head, right? Men are supposed to provide. They are supposed to lead and all that. But then again, the men decided to defy that law.
How so?
They don't want to provide. You will see a man, this woman a gold digger. Aren't you supposed to provide?
Okay,
That's the
so-
question.
Okay, so that's the thing. That's you think modern feminism, or this is for you. You think modern feminism actually sway from feminism itself. You think say woman that they use feminism as an agenda for preach for their needs there, not necessarily for every woman, but for their own personal needs there. So you think say it is sway?
Okay, so before answering your question, I would like to finish Alima's argument with 2 points.
Okay.
I think you are basically dwelling on the archaic or primitive system of feminism. Because when we were talking, they say battle of the sexes, right? We're talking about something happening now, and then you keep on saying back then. back then.
It's
so
still
what's
happening now. No, it's still happening
so
now.
what's happening now? But wait,
I was
if it's
talking
still- if
about
it's still
how
happening,
feminism came into existence.
I'm trying to say
no,
something.
That's what I said.
I'm trying to say something.
Okay.
So if it's still happening now, why are you not mentioning now? But you keep saying back then, and then
So he thinks that feminism done this way from the actual.
So now to your own point, yeah. I feel like modern feminists have actually drifted or swayed away from the actual concept of feminism. It's more like now a way of them trying to, I don't want to use the word insult per se, but it's more like a way of them trying to downgrade the word masculinity itself. Imagine people coming up with quotes like, okay, what a man can do, women too can do. All men are the same, men are dogs. So because of one man that's lacked in society, now all men are dogs.
But as I had a lady say, like on the social media space, a lady say, men hate women as the system, like the whole system. While women they hate men, that they single out the man that they hate.
Okay, that's her own perspective.
Yeah.
But if we look at things this way, men actually have selective reaction to women. Not all women are the same in a man's eyes. But to women, all men are trash. All men are the same. And if you look at the social media platforms, majority of the posts you see going around, all men are the same.
Because of
All men are
men
dogs.
don't do too much.
Yeah, they are saying, oh, every man as a man. And I made mention of something. Imagine a girl telling me she likes her man to be toxic. Okay, so you like him to be beating you. And because I'm a calm guy, that means I'm weak in society? Is that your point that you're trying to bring up? So because I'm chill, I'm calm, he's weak. Think about it.
Well, that's something. Think about it. Share your thoughts and comments. So, misogyny and misandry. Which one I think is more common now? Like, which one more visible? Because I don't see people that they say, like I have had men say, misandries, then they use the label of feminism. They say, oh, we're feminists, but actually, looking at what that they preach, now misandry that they preach.
We know say both of those two things, then they not get the same meaning. And
Yeah.
being a feminist, I am a feminist. Being a feminist and being a misandry, not the same thing. We know that, right? And I just want to make mention of something. They talk about me talking about feminism, and they always go back in the days. Wait, make I mention now because now since 1910 then the feminism starts. But let's take for example in Afghanistan, right, where they allow women then for go like they for cover themselves black up to dawn. Where they want go na streets, they can't go to the street without a man.
So are we
Then
delving
they
into
able,
culture?
then they able visit
Are we
doctor.
delving into
No, we are
culture?
talking about men in general. This is the
Wait.
battle of the sexes. No.
Are we delving into culture?
And even if they talk about-
justice to be talking right now.
Are we delving into culture?
No, it's not culture. This is battle of the sexes. You're
Battle
talking
of the
about
sexes.
supremacy in their country. Then they, who do you think is superior
So,
right now?
Can you beat culture? That's my simple
Yes,
question.
you can beat
Okay,
culture.
You can beat culture. That's impossible.
You can beat culture.
You see, they say culture is a way of life. When you say way of life, what do you think it means? It's something that.
So you
goes
think
on.
men oppressing women is a way of life?
Is that part of
is how,
culture?
no, that is how we
Men
can
oppressing
interpret
women
it.
is a part of
men, I think
culture.
it also how you fair you say it depends on the country you fair you say.
Thank you.
So,
you
that
live-
ladies that they
you
think
live
they
in the
don't think
place
say
you
that's
find yourself.
actually a normal way of life. Then they
No,
Yeah.
not a normal way of
Yeah,
life for
they're
them
not.
because not
Um,
also in bidet because the men think that they are superior. Now I make them think they are they go.
Okay.
It's not a way of life.
So, Rose, you mentioned misandry and misogyny.
Yes.
So now, looking at things here from the same feminist perspective that you're coming from, now you know what feminism means, right? And you just explained something. But do you think majority of the women out there know exactly what you know about feminism?
I think that's the thing happening in the social media space right now.
So
Like,
I'm
people
trying to
are
land at
drifting
something,
away.
yeah? So do you think when you know, okay, this is what feminism means, do you think other women know that is what feminism means?
So when they talk about social media, we all know say everybody they come in with different perception.
Yes.
Now I make Alex China, where they talk say before you actually talk on a topic, you forget a degree on them. there are many people that like way topics them going around that they pass on misinformation, that they talk things that are not correct. And many women, I not say I they support you, but there are some women because like they don't go through several heartbreaks,
At
then
least
they
you're-
go
you're
on
coming to
social
my
media
point. At least you're
and
coming to
come
my
and
point.
talk, say, oh, men are this, men are that, men are this, men are that. That's not a feminism. Preaching hate is not feminism. As
Okay.
done as a feminist.
Okay, I love that. I
Now
love that.
she has gotten to my point. You know what feminism means, but majority of the women don't know what feminism means. And I think this is one thing that has been crippling society, if we're to be honest here. Now, women come on the media, yeah? They be posting, okay, men are this, men are that. If a man does
It's
this,
a
do
man-hating.
this. So yeah, it's that more like a man-hating thing. And just as I mentioned when we started, most times it's women who, no offense, I'm sorry to the women out there, please, but most of the times it's women who have failed in certain choices that are leading other women to fail like them. Now, I made mention of something like a woman who has had 5 failed marriages coming onto the social media platform telling me if a man doesn't do this, move on to the next. So basically, she's guiding you that when a man doesn't do this right, just because maybe he can't provide it or maybe he doesn't know how to do it that way, you should leave him and move on to the next. So now by the time you count 1 divorce, 2 divorce, 3 divorce, 4, maybe even 7, now you don't beat your own record. If him get 5, now you don't go up to 7 or 10.
Independence.
No, more like that thing. And as you mentioned just now, independence. Men are not saying women should be totally dependent on them. Even me, from my own perspective, to be honest, I'm not saying women should depend on a man 100%. But religion has made it simple, yeah? Men are providers. Women are nurturing pillars and supporters. When you support, it doesn't mean you should be independent by yourself. You should have your own. Yes, we support it. We like it when women provide. To be sincere, have your own stuff for yourself.
You like
Yes,
it,
it's
not
not
all.
all.
No,
listen,
you like it, not all.
When I say provide, I don't mean you take care of 100% of the man's needs, no. But in a sense, like someone mentioned something the other time, he said 70-30. I'm not saying you should share responsibilities forcefully, really. But let's say a man brings something, a woman brings something, it shows support.
Okay. It's been interesting, but before we go, I'm not be wish ready this particular episode on because I've learned a lot. So, waiting a your message to feminists, 3 things when they practice feminism, the thing of patriarchy and matriarchy. Waiting a your message to the viewers them out there.
So, my own message to the feminists out there: before you say you're a feminist, yeah, how about you do research about the context itself before you preach out what you're saying you're preaching out? Feminism is about standing up for what is right, not about preaching hate. And now the media space has turned into a hate room. When everybody comes, they drop something. For instance, let's say this room that we're in now, if I come, I drop trash, you drop trash, you drop trash. The room becomes messed up. And the next person that comes in, sees trash in here, they'll think it's a space for dropping trash. They'll also drop their own trash. But if you learn to clean things up, when the next person comes in, okay, this space is clean now, this, and this is what should happen here. They'll do the same thing. And about the patriarchy and the matriarchy, now how about we know this here? Equality cannot be achieved 100%, but we can actually change the perspective from the men's world or the women's world that we say we are to more like a human world. Men understanding women, women understanding men, that will help society to grow. So that's my own point of view.
Okay, so to you, Alima, message to the guys, we think they still love yes, the ladies there in so many ways in your words.
So my main message to the man them, me, I get a social media page and I'm being attacked. I'm always being attacked, even though me a feminist way busy actually gets the concept of feminism. So one thing, just like how Maurice mentioned, it's about being human. Let we be human and actually make the world a better place. Because if a person they say something, they can't attack her where you know that thing is right. They make the world a better place. And then again, there are so many men out there where they oppress small picking them, where they rape picking them, harass women, domestically abuse them and all that. What about you? Be the change. It's not only saying that because you see somebody they do something, you back actually want to follow it in the person they do. Why not you be the change? Because it's not about like say na mama the men picking, na mama the men picking. You self the men you self. No, picking self the men in self. It's not about seeing somebody violent because you see papa violent towards you mama means say you for be like that violent man. So again, let's all be the change and let's make the world a peaceful and lovely place.
Okay, that was wonderful. I've learned a thing or two, and I hope so you have learned. So don't forget to share your thoughts at the comment section. Like, share, and subscribe. I have been your host, who was Abakapo. Till next time, love you.